You do the right thing, yet you face opposition. You pray, yet the storm grows louder. But what if I told you that your darkest midnight could be the very moment heaven breaks in? This is the story of Paul and Silas, two men who turned pain into praise and praise into freedom. In the city of Philippi, Paul and Silas preached boldly about Jesus. Crowds gathered, lives changed. One young woman, a slave tormented by an evil spirit, was set free by the power of God. But her masters were furious. They had made money from her bondage, and freedom threatened their profit. Rage spread through the streets. Soon, false accusations were hurled. Paul and Silas were seized, dragged before the rulers, and without a fair trial. They were beaten with rods, bruised and bleeding. They were chained and thrown into the inner prison, the darkest, coldest cell, under heavy guard. It was midnight. Their bodies ached from the lashes. Their feet were locked in stocks. The air smelled of sweat, blood, and fear. Most people would have groaned in despair, but not Paul and Silas. In the middle of the night, they chose to do the unthinkable. They prayed, and then their voices rose in song. Through the silence of the prison halls, hymns of worship echoed. Other prisoners stopped to listen. Imagine it, two men in chains singing of God's freedom. Their midnight became a sanctuary. Suddenly, the ground trembled. The prison shook violently. Walls quaked. Chains rattled. In an instant, doors flew open. Iron shackles snapped loose. And every prisoner was set free. Not just Paul and Silas, but everyone. This wasn't an ordinary earthquake. This was heaven's answer to midnight praise. The jailer awoke in terror, seeing the prison doors wide open. He thought the worst. The prisoners had escaped. In Roman law, that meant his death. He drew his sword to end his own life. But then Paul's voice rang out, "Do not harm yourself. We are all here." Shaking, the jailer called for light. He rushed into the cell, fell trembling at their feet, and cried out, "Sirs, what must I do to be saved?" That very night, the message of Jesus entered his home. Paul and Silas spoke of the Savior who breaks spiritual chains. The jailer washed their wounds, acts of mercy replacing cruelty. Then, with joy, he and his whole family believed and were baptized. From beating and chains to worship and freedom. From despair and death to salvation and life. All in one night. Closing moral. Paul and Silas teach us that midnight doesn't have to mean defeat. Midnight can be a moment of miracle. When life chains you down, don't let despair win. Let praise rise. Because praise shakes walls, breaks chains, and opens doors no man can shut. So the next time you face your darkest hour, remember, God still hears midnight songs. If this story inspired you, like, share, and subscribe for more powerful Bible stories. Someone you know might need a midnight miracle too. Until next time, keep your praise alive.